Mootwingee is 130 kilometres northeast from Broken Hill. And this is the turn-off into Mootwingee. Explorer Ernest Giles found Mootwingee in 1860, and from about 1870 right through to 1962, European settlers herded stock in the area. Early explorers Burke and Wills passed through Mootwingee, and by 1900 a coach stop at the Rockhold Hotel was a welcome respite en route from Broken Hill to the opal diggings at Whitecliffs. This aerial photo gives an excellent view of the sacred Bingwana range, marred today by road and airstrip. Inside the cultural centre there is a really inspiring light and sound show.
Became part of the land of their birth. Their spirit is part of a particular place and its story. Mootwingee is a very important place for our ceremonies. Imagine a Dreamtime night, alive with stars, the Seven Sisters. Where we stand is a pile of glowing coals. Ancestor God who lived in the sandstone caves of Notarangi Hills, just north of Mootwingee. Here, the Seven Sisters, that beautiful cluster of misty stars, now in the northern sky, were then on the land. Day after day, month after month, the weather became drier and drier. Sand country began to drift in the hot west winds. Mayala Lake became a bed of dry red dust. Rockhole after rockhole dried. A few kangaroos still hung about the plains on Mount Wright Creek. Kulawara's bodyguard killed one of these kangaroos and fed all of the people with it. Parts of the stomach are reserved for special people, but Kulawara ordered that it be left where the roo was killed. The people stood up to see what was going on. He threw dust all over them, cementing them into a long clipped range with a flat top. Some people escaped by sheltering behind the jagged rocks at the end. Kulawara was not going to let the people off easily. As a further warning, he travelled on to near Tippabara. The storm kept rolling in from the north, and soon rain poured from it, filling the rock holes. The creeks ran, the lowlands filled with water, and River Barker flooded. Way soft country not yet tend to rock. In these shelters that are found all through these hills, the people left their hand stencils to show their relationship to this land. Eventually the water receded. Kulawara knew he had done his work well, so he began to make Mootwingee beautiful to live in. He made the rock holes and replenished the land, wildlife and the people. To make sure that Pinyu, the mischievous frog, would never again mislead the people, Kulawara punished the frog by taking away his powers to control people. That is why they are so small at Mootwingee and why they sit on the edge of the rock holes. Only thousands of people regularly travel the dreaming track of Kulawara to relive and to learn the stories of their land. These remind each generation what happens when they ignore the law of the land. Mootwingee as meaning. Help us to look after it, please. It is our heritage.
We are now off on a guided tour of the sacred Yangona Ranges, where we will see superb examples of the Aboriginal rock art and also the ochre stencils. This was supposedly carved by explorer Ernest Giles to mark his visit to Mootwingee in 1860. It looks a little bit new to me, but who knows? The thingy, I think.
Those round stones, the round stones you see in the creeks, if we get down to this other, I'm not going too long, get down this other gorge, let's pick up a few of them, you'll be able to see. We'll be up the station side, the other side. Get a bit around this tree.
This is a typical piece of the very hard siltreat rock, really a fused quartzite type of rock, which the Aborigine used to chisel out the engravings into the hard rock. But because it overwrites something else, it's a little hard to be sure. This one is clearly a kangaroo, beautifully executed, and as we pan down the detail of the body, it can be seen just how many hard, sharp cracks into the rock had to be made to create this quite unique stencil. This whole hillside is just covered in engravings. They are everywhere. The Aborigine would have a mixture of red ochre in water in his mouth, put his hand on the rock and spray the red ochre around the hand to leave the picture behind. This is a country where the eagle soars and the mighty river red gums line the dry water courses. A truly sacred place.